Hello bandits. Thanks to the folks at Coal-Powered and Fireshine Games, we're taking a look at their detective sim Shadows of Doubt. Shadows of Doubt recently had its first major update in Steam's Early Access program, and as games go it is coming along very well. You'll play as a private detective sneaking around a procedurally generated city to solve grisly murders and some other crimes. You'll not be playing as the city's official law enforcement, so stealth is important in Shadows of Doubt, but as long as you're sneaky you can investigate every room in the city to track down evidence and pin down your killer. Shadows of Doubt is a film noir detective story set within an alternative reality hyper-industrialised 80s city. Each citizen has their own daily routine, taking them from home to work as well as their favourite places and activities. It is really hard to cover the depth of detail that Shadows of Doubt goes into, but players will need to make sure to miss no detail. Discarded receipts, work rotas, government profiles and CCTV footage can all help you to close your cases. And to help you do it, the game also lets you set up a murder board showing the connections between important and unimportant clues you find along the way. With its early access nature, it is important to remember that parental guidance can change, but Shadows of Doubt hasn't currently been rated by PEGI or the ESRB. While the voxel art visuals are very cute, they don't hugely obscure grisly murder scenes. The acts of violence often come with a fair amount of blood, often drawn across the walls as well. In addition, the title has some themes such as alcohol and drug use, as well as a shady black market development as well. It is very important to remember that this can all change during development, but we'd say it's not one for younger gamers at the moment. While it doesn't come with colourblind options, Shadows of Doubt does let you tweak visuals and sounds and completely remap controls to suit your playstyle. You can also turn status effects on or off individually and change difficulty levels to suit you. We will of course give it a final score following launch, but here in early access it is looking pretty flexible. And with that stacked up onto the rundown, our 5-point rating for Shadows of Doubt. As ever, of course, because of the early access nature, we'll not be giving final review scores just yet, but let's have a look over how it looks currently. Gameplay here in early access is honestly pretty incredible. Shadows of Doubt has some brilliant and innovative mechanics packed into a pretty solid build. While paper trails such as background email can get very repetitive very quickly, and the title does have some long loading times, we've not come across much in the way of bugs or glitches. As well as this, the procedurally generated clues and cities make you genuinely feel like a sneaky private eye, and it's been really rewarding so far. Visuals are also pretty good most of the time. This is another cute voxel art title, and while there are some improvements to be made, it is one which mostly looks pretty good. We have noticed that victims can often lie unnaturally, and there are some drops in frame rate here and there, but even in bigger cities they typically don't last for long. Audio is another strong showing so far. We definitely have loved some voice acting, but in fairness they would have had to create thousands of lines of dialogue to cater to the randomised clues and city layouts. Overall, the environmental sounds here are nice and the background music is very good as well. In terms of story, there is a narrative component here with a handcrafted case to set you up if you want it. Other than this, story content is quite far in the background, however, during most of the gameplay. While it might be lacking, it's not really something which we would expect from a procedural title like this, but make sure you don't come here looking for a gripping story. Even here in early access, replay value is already pretty high thanks to the procedural nature of cities and crimes. As you always start each new adventure with fresh clues and intrigue, it is one which keeps drawing us back in. For Twitch streamers specifically, having the opportunity to integrate your community as citizens is fantastic, and it works surprisingly well to make believable names based on Twitch followers. Overall, while it is still a long way from finished, Shadows of Doubt is absolutely worth your time. Cities feel genuinely alive, with each NPC having their own individual routines, which mean the way you investigate really does matter. It is incredibly satisfying to collect and connect clues and draw up your own murder board. Importantly, it's not just a case of following a checklist, and there are multiple ways to approach each case. Browsing through CCTV footage or finding a crumpled note in the office trash might really help you get a new lead or completely crack a case. The varied gameplay and flexible approach for each case really allows players to lose themselves in a sci-fi noir world. If you're looking for a puzzle-solving detective sim, Shadows of Doubt is, even in early access, an incredible feat from a relatively tiny developer. We are really looking forward to seeing where the early access period takes the title, but it is worth jumping in even now. As ever, to provide our early access review and our common sense parents guide, we received a free copy of Shadows of Doubt from the folks at Fireshine Games. And that's all we've got for you today. Check out the extended review at pixelbandits.org for more information on this one. If you found this helpful, a like, comment, share or follow might not cost you anything, but it really goes a long way to helping Pixel Bandits remain ad-free and independent. Either way, we hope to see you again very soon. Thanks for watching.